Good afternoon, class. Is my voice audible?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So without wasting much of the time, I'll just start the screen sharing. So as and when the students join, I'll just admit them. Is my screen visible now, students?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So I'd ask you people to go through all those things. Okay, whatever I explained with respect to the diagram. Did you people go through? I had in fact shared even the PPT also. Any one of you? Yeah, we were talking about this essential e-commerce architecture. So anybody who went through the slides, whatever I had posted? Nobody? But you understood, right? Anybody went through the files which I had posted, and did you read through the slides or not? Yes, no? Be honest. Yes? No? Okay, your silence means that means you have not done it. Okay, fine, no issues. So the slides which continue further from this particular point, it elaborates each of the components. Okay, so access control and security. So I'll just quickly read through so that you will easily get related to what we were explaining yesterday. So e-commerce processes must establish mutual trust and secure access between parties. So we all know that, and usernames and passwords are very important. Encryption key, digital certificates, and signatures. So this was, with respect to the authorization and the authentication of the user. So all the latest technology with respect to encryption or cryptography and security, digital signatures, digital certificates, they are used. And restricted access areas, other people's accounts, restricted company data, webmaster administration area. So this is all with respect to the user privilege or the user permissions which needs to be given, and even the data which needs to be viewed, some restricted data or confidential data or sensitive data. To what extent, it can be accessed. So even that aspect will be covered in this particular section. Next, profiling and personalizing. The profiling gathers data on you and your website behavior and choices. So I was discussing yesterday. So the personalized recommendations what we get is completely dependent on the behavior or online behavior of the user, right? So it starts from user registration, cookie files and tracking software, and the feedback for the rating mechanism, which is being used extensively now in most of the web applications as well as mobile applications as well. Then profiling is used for personalized. So this is profiling is nothing but categorizing the users. So personalized, so it is like one-to-one marketing or targeted marketing as well. Then authenticating identity, customer. Okay, we have already seen what is CRM and how it enhances the business growth. So CRM is there. Then marketing planning, website management. Next is search management. So search processes help customers find the specific product or service they want. So e-commerce software packages often include a website search engine. So the search engine or the search mechanism is generally if embedded within the ERP software or the enterprise resource planning solution. And a customized search engine may be acquired from companies like Google or Requisite Technology. Even okay, was one question now. You people know any other search engine apart from Google? Yes? Anybody who are familiar with any other search engine apart from Google? You can name it. You know? You don't know? Yes, students, tell me whether you know any other search engine apart from Google. Nobody knows? Hmm? Only respond, students. Somebody type now something. Yahoo, yeah. So, what is that Yahoo search? Or it is called as Bingo, right? Bingo or something. Yes. So that is also a search engine. So similarly, there are many service providers who have, customized the search engine. Yes, Yahoo, it's correct. Yahoo Bingo. Okay. So you can find out, if you're interested more. But extensively or widely used search engine over the globe is definitely Google. Okay. So they try to integrate the Google services or Google search engine even in their ERP search window as well. I think somebody is waiting. Okay, so yeah, so helps develop, I think, search management. Yes. So customized search engine may be acquired from companies like Google or Requisite Technology. Searches are often on content or by parameters. I was just specifying the results which are displayed for my search will not be, might not be the same, for the keywords what you have keyed in for your search, right? So it differs. Next is content and catalog management. So this also we have seen. So content management software, it helps develop, generate, deliver, update and archive text and multimedia information at e-commerce websites, right? So content is very important now because the way the content is published over the internet is very important because everybody is over the internet. Okay. And I mean, the users, the online users, they look for some good content which is enriching in terms of information, or it could be enriching in terms of user experience, or it can be anything, right? So the way the new innovative strategies are used to attract more naive customers to their portals, it is the greatest challenge in fact, right? So catalog management softwares also exist, and because if you go to any one particular website, you have so many tabs, or you have so many hyperlinks in fact, right? So whenever you click, you'll be taken to a different web page, right? So this linking or the content, how it has been managed, or on the click, some data needs to be populated. So there are so many things, where yes, definitely it is one of the design aspect also, when we consider from the perspective of website design. But still, the way the content is being given out to the online user uh, is also something very interesting. Okay, so it includes product configuration and mass customization. So workflow management, so e-business and e-commerce workflow management depends on a workflow software engine. So contains software model of business process, right? So team viewer is also one of the workflow management. Similarly, you might have heard of even Trello also, Trello, right? So it is a project management system. So where everything can be monitored, everything can be scheduled, and activity can be assigned to somebody, and we can even track the progress to what extent that particular activity is completed in terms of percentage. So it's like workflow management. So generally Trello is used for executing or implementing a huge project in companies or organization where many people are involved in developing those projects. So e-business and e-commerce workflow management depends on a workflow software engine, and it contains software model of business process. The workflow models express, they are predefined in terms of what set of business rules, then roles of stakeholders, authorization requirement, routing alternative. I think somebody is waiting in the lobby. Nobody. So authorization requirement, routing alternative, databases use, and task sequences. So these are some of the models, or predefined or inbuilt models which are necessary to have a very good workflow management. So this is one small diagram, in fact, to highlight how the workflow management happens. So all of you quickly draw this particular diagram. I'll just give you 2 minutes. Quickly draw the diagram. Parallelly, I'll explain what it is. So as you all are familiar, what is intranet? Intranet is a network, within the organization. So the people or the employees who are working in the different levels of hierarchy within an organization, they make use of one particular platform. Definitely, maybe with the help of telecommunication networks or IT technology, to set up or establish the intranet. So employee intranet procurement. So definitely this comprises of you browse the suppliers. You have to find out, if you have to procure something, you have to first and foremost know who are the well-known suppliers who can, through whom you can get the raw materials procured, right? So you have to browse through the suppliers. Then when you browse the suppliers, you'll get the multi-supplier catalog. You will be taken to their respective portals, and you will be seen a lot of products available there. And in the corporate catalog, you can find the products. This is from the client side or from the user side. And order form, again, it is two-way, because some order form might be a simple form which can be filled out in only one phase, right? Or in some cases it so happens that the order form is 2-3 pages. So it should go to next page, and before going to the next page, whatever entries were made in the first page, that should be saved in the database, right? So this is a double arrowed activity, in fact. And then you have to confirm the order. And confirmation of the order, definitely it is dependent upon the availability of that particular raw material, or the product availability. So once the availability is present of that particular order placed, the order will be confirmed, and then the order entry will take place in the catalog content and workflow management, right? So here you can, in fact, the workflow, the management, of the people who are involved in this particular category, workflow management, they can contact any number of suppliers, to process the request which has been initiated by the customer, right? So that is the reason, you can see supplier 1, 2, and it goes to N, right? And how it's been procured by these suppliers, and how the team, that is workflow management team, gets the approval, and finally the PO is being raised, that is purchase order. Even for the purchase order also, it's a systematic process which involves some of the steps, right? So that is the reason, again, there's a workflow given here. And finally you have the fulfillment. There is order fulfillment, which comprises of shipping, accounting, and messaging. So here you can see that order completed. So if you can see the steps, there are 7 steps involved. So browse suppliers, find products, order items, confirm order, then transmit order, process order, and finally order completed. I've drawn the diagram. Next, event notification. So most e-commerce applications are event driven, right? So the event should be happening at the back end in real time. Otherwise, if there is a delay, then definitely nobody would like to make use of the services which is available over the internet, right? So this it responds to such things as customers first website visit and payments, and especially when we are doing online banking or digital banking or net banking. If there is a delay, if we don't get the notification immediately, or it could be the OTP, or it could be the transaction successful, or the amount being credited or debited. If there is a delay, then it could lead to a panic situation, or it can create a panic environment even for the user who is carrying out that particular transaction. And it is not only for the banking application; it holds good for anything and everything when we carry out our daily routines or daily activities over the internet, right? So if there's any delay, it is not the good, and it is not suggestible also. So event notification is very important, and it monitors all the e-commerce process, because as I was mentioning, activity logging, logging in all the activities which happen online in the minute-to-minute details is required in order to roll back the transactions or roll back the database, right? So it's important. So records all relevant events, including